I'm bringing in, nearly double, double what I was before by doing less work. Hiya.
Hello. Sorry, I'm winding my desk down and it's really
That's what you're doing.
it's like the loudest thing ever. I said to James, I was like, can you just buy an electric one that goes up and down because he wanted a stand-up desk? He went, no, I love the way that you like turn it. It's like all rustic and he hates it as well. It's just like How are you doing? It's so nice to see you.
Good, thanks. It's really nice to see you too. It feels like it's been ages because
It
it
has
has.
been ages. I can't wait to hear all about it. Oh my God, sorry. I really appreciate you having this time with me and talk. I know how busy you are because you're getting ready for going to America as well. Can you tell me a little bit about where you were before you came into the program? Like, what was your business like? How much were you working? How much were you charging? And you don't have to go into specific details, but just like the general vibe of how you felt would be helpful.
So when I got in touch with you, I was like bringing in like a good amount of money and I was kind of happy with how I'd managed to grow to that point, but I got really stuck and I didn't know what to do next. I knew I wanted to get out of the trading time for money situation
Mm.
because it was just not working and I was working all day in school hours until really late at night every night of the week and it was just like it wasn't sustainable, it wasn't enjoyable and I had clients who were WhatsApping me at like 6 or 7 in the morning and again at like 10 o'clock at night on a Friday. And it was just like so overwhelming and too much. And so that's why I then started looking for some kind of solution to get out of that.
How
Right.
much were you bringing in at that point, if you don't mind sharing?
It's about £3,000 a month, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah, I was roughly bringing £3,000 a month,
Yeah.
which is okay. But I was working with a lot of quite small businesses, and what I found was that there was a limit to what they could pay somebody a month anyway, without getting into a muddle. So that again was sort of keeping me stuck as well because I couldn't sort of get out of that rut of working for that size of business. And because all of my business was word of mouth, I'd done no advertising whatsoever. I was getting clients from people who knew these small businesses who also had small businesses that didn't have a massive budget and only wanted to pay a certain amount. So it was like this kind of,
Vicious cycle.
hamster wheel situation. And so I got to a point where it had been really good and it was great that it had got to that point and I was very proud of it. But I was completely ready to shift things up a gear without working more.
Yeah. So you were looking to earn more, but with fewer clients. Did you feel like you just had way too many different things going on?
Yes, loads. So I had sort of various, how many did I have? Probably 6 or 7. I had 6 or 7 sort of permanent clients who would pay me like a retainer for monthly marketing services. And then I also had people who'd sort of jump in and ask me to do one-off random things all the time,
Mm.
like sort of designing a post to designing an invitation, whatever it might be, which uses up so much time. And again, it's not a massive earner, and I'd have to slot that in amongst everything else. And it was too much sort of output in terms of like my work for not enough return.
So how did you see it from the moment you stepped into the club to then leaving? What did you manage to kind of achieve in the way of where you were before to where you are now?
I didn't imagine that I would have set up an entirely new studio that didn't exist prior to joining. So that was really great. And so that kind of appeared so quickly. Yeah, with your very, very helpful guidance and advice. It was really nice to be pushed by somebody and have somebody sort of really sort of encouraging you along, and that was really nice and sort of helped me sort of get it together really quickly. And at this point, I've only got a few or 2 or 3 consulting clients left, so that. And I now do not advertise that side of my business whatsoever. And I only do those services for those like legacy businesses. I don't do any more of that for people. And
Yeah.
it's been really, really empowering because lots of companies have got in touch with me saying, "Oh, can you do some social media for us? Can you do some email marketing for us?" And it's been so nice to be able to say no, like not even be like, well, maybe I could do like but just to say no, sorry. That's been so amazing. It's been so like liberating to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that's been great, and I've been able to work much less, and so I'm not chained to my desk. And it's just really, it's changed. I've been able to work out more. Like it's just changed my sort of my life entirely by switching how I work, which has been like such a revelation, that whole process.
So you've gone from offering like kind of low cost everything, like accepting anything that
Mm.
comes in through referrals and word of mouth to now having inquiries coming through for dream projects. specifically in the web design space.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So before it was all very much people who'd want me for a certain amount of hours a month. They were very often very keen to like negotiate that, and they were always on, on top of it so that every minute was accounted for. And, as sort of any creative knows, hours do not represent value. So it was always really hard to work within those parameters. So it's been nice to just, shelve that side of things entirely and then take on these much higher ticket projects, working for really interesting, really lovely clients. And it's been such an enjoyable process working with these people, and they're always so like happy and grateful at the end of it. And they really sort of value what you bring to a project, which is so nice. And so that's been a really lovely aspect of it as well.
Yeah, you feel like you've got creative license now with people that really value your work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, rather than people always trying to, change things or query things or, just, that sort of finicky nitpicking type of thing that you get, that they've got none of that now. And people have just been really like, oh, wow, love that. That's great. Amazing. God, that's so much better than I thought it would ever be, which is, really nice. And it makes it feel so, um, yeah, it's really feels so valuable. So that's really good.
Oh, I love to hear that. Thank you. And then with how your business is now, anything you want to share with how booked up you are, or how many inquiries you get now, or how much you're making per month?
So I have had since finishing the program and like officially launching the studio, I have had back to back multiple websites on the go ever since, which has
Wow.
been so great and really nice ones as well. And some websites that I've worked on have then brought about other projects as well. So I've got several inquiries pending from clients who I've sent invoices to that all came through other lovely projects and are similarly sort of, lovely creatives. So that's really nice that it's kind of, what's the word? It's kind of like self-generating to an extent. And I'm bringing in, nearly double what I was before by doing less work. So that's amazing as well. And
Wow.
yeah, very keen to keep growing it in that way as well and keep dropping the consulting clients, bringing in more websites because it's just so much better just for work, life, everything.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, so this is just the start of it for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, this is 100% the start. It's been so nice to feel like it is the start of a scaling process that I actually can scale and grow rather than feeling like I've got nowhere to go with it. Yeah, very keen to get to a point where I've got no consulting clients left, only doing websites. And then I would like to take somebody else on as well and ultimately turn it into a studio that's kind of, something that I've sort of started and that then could sort of take on a life of its own. I could sell it or something. So that's, yeah, nice to have that like end goal in mind.
Because I remember when we had the initial call, you said, I think a big objection was that you're like, I actually don't really have the time to implement any of this stuff. Like I think you were just about to go into school holidays.
Hmm.
And you were like, I might have to do this later because the school holiday is going to take up all my time, and it sounds like a lot to do. How did you find that process once you just dove in, you took the leap, even though it was a little bit scary? How did you find managing all that? Because you got an incredible amount done really quickly when you were so worried about the time. How did you manage that?
Good question. Yeah, I was really concerned about summer holidays, which are always, I mean, it's always just a massive juggling situation, the summer
Mm.
holidays. But I think once I'd decided that I needed to do this for sort of, for the sake of, my sanity and all of that going forward. I worked late at night because, if you want to get something done, you have to just get on and do it. And I got really strict with myself in that period. So if something was not urgent, I did not prioritize it and I prioritized this program first. And that definitely allowed me to get a lot of stuff done. Also, while I was waiting for people to get back to me about things, I did this instead of looking at, other client work. And actually, by doing all of that, it was fine. And yeah, I managed to get it all done really fast.
Have you run ads yet?
Mm-mm.
No. So you've doubled your income just through changing your online presence, your messaging, being seen as that specialist. So you've got those people coming through organically through social media and just getting well known now in that space. So imagine what's going to happen when you turn the ads on.
I know, and I really need to turn the bloody ads on. It's like, it's again, I've got into this. This is why I need to jump back in because I've now got to the kind of not the same situation, but the situation again where I've been so flipping busy
Mm.
that I've now sort of run out of like marketing time again. So I need to get back on top of that so that I can then do all of that and then level up again.
Yeah. So you're at that next stage where you took that level up and now
Yeah.
you're now scrambling to get to that next level and you know it's going to have to come with a bit more accountability, another new plan, because now
Yes.
you're at the point of outsourcing and that's another mindset shift to go through as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, I feel very, rather than being sort of terrified of it as I was before, I feel very sort of excited by it. And it all seems very achievable. It's just a case of, having the right tools and stuff in place. And it's really nice, very satisfying to be at a point where I'm ready to sort of make those decisions now as well.
Yeah.
When I think about where I was last year, just feeling so sort of defeated by the whole thing. And now it just feels really exciting that it can go, up a gear again, in a really short space of time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're in the driver's seat now, and when you came to us, you were the freelancer that takes on anything. And now you're the one that's in that role of empowerment where you're saying yes to projects that you love and no to projects you don't want. And you're getting rid of the clients that were taking a lot of time and energy from you. So now you're like, yeah, I can do anything.
Yeah, completely. And I think there was definitely a mindset shift as a result of the program as well. I think before I felt like I had to not just say yes to anything, but if something didn't come off, like it felt like such a disaster and like such a failure. Whereas now, if somebody gets in touch and I do a proposal for them and they don't get back, it doesn't matter because they probably weren't the right client and someone else will come along who's better. And so I feel that feels really different. Like I don't get bogged down in that anymore. I feel much more confident in my own value, I suppose, and my own sort of worth, which I definitely didn't before. And I feel much more, I suppose, open to money as well, which feels very different. I'm feeling very excited by it in like all its guises, which is really nice. And I think that's been very transformative.
Yeah. Your energy is different to accept it in now.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So you've gone from scarcity to abundance in that way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really do
Mm.
feel that. And reading lots of books you recommended about that whole kind of thing. I can really like see that sort of shift like happening in real time,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
So it helped, yeah, so it helped not only with like the sort of the practical like day-to-day things, but also on a mindset level as well, which I
Mm.
think the two together have, really worked wonders, which has been great.
Amazing. Oh, I'm so happy, Beth. Is there anything else that you want to share about anything you've not mentioned yet that you want me to add in?
I don't know if you have anyone who's as useless on social media as I was, but that's definitely
Mention it. Yeah, if you feel yeah, it all helps, so mention it definitely.
okay, because a couple of people have DM'd me asking about you and the whole program, being like, oh, but
Yeah.
I hardly ever do anything on Instagram. I was like, well, if you think you're bad on Instagram, my Instagram's like a few pictures of like bloody ponds and stuff, and no pictures of me whatsoever. And now completely got over that. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, before my Instagram was completely faceless, and I kind of used it really for my photography, which is, I mean, a waste of time anyway. So I think I had about 9 or 12 posts on it, and I'd never posted a picture of myself ever, and never done a reel or like spoken to the camera. That was just it gave me the ick. Just the thought of that was just horrifying, and I really couldn't imagine getting over that. But then once I'd sort of done a bit of the club and like chatted to you and everything. And then sort of taking that first step and like putting the first post out there with a picture of me and it not causing like an apocalypse or some kind of like mental crisis was like it made a real sort of shift to how I viewed it. And so I've completely got over that. And it's been such a useful tool for me, like organically. Even though I still haven't got around to doing the ads, being able to put stuff out there and get clients DMing me has been
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
that was so not the situation before because nobody followed me or liked anything. And it was just like like a wasteland Instagram. Whereas now it's actually helping me to grow, which is great.
Oh, I love that. Do you have a before picture of your Instagram? Because I remember it. I remember looking at it going, I don't know who I'm talking to because I couldn't find a picture of you anywhere.
No, it's because I was not there at all.
Have you screenshotted anything from
Oh, I don't
Instagram?
think I did.
Before you transformed it, sometimes you like take a little screenshot of like this is the before.
No, I think I was at such a. I think when you said just wipe it, I was like, yes, and just got rid of everything. I didn't even. I was like, I don't want a record of this. I could probably mock it up if you wanted it before, but
I would love to see what, because I can kind of see exactly what you're talking about. I remember there being like a pond and there was just some
yeah,
random things and none of it really was
yes,
consistent.
no. I
So
was
where
like, oh,
you
these
are now
pictures are
is
nice, but
unbelievably different.
yeah. So that's been such a major change, and I
Yeah.
think not feeling terrified of that anymore, and just being sort of like really open to engaging with people and or not, 'cause some stuff doesn't do very well, some stuff really does, and if it doesn't matter, does it? It's just a case
Yeah.
of, putting it out there and sort of learning
Yeah.
from what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's
Fail
been,
fast
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
just get
move
on with it.
on.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. I think as creators, we're all waiting for perfection and for something to, if it works, it has to work 100%. And the success is just from multiple failures along the way.
Yeah, completely. And I think I definitely had got stuck in that like perfectionist rut for a long time. And yeah, when I did my first load of branding actually for Studio Jack, like I was really happy with it at that point. But a couple of months later, I felt like I'd already outgrown it. So I redid it
Hmm.
all. And, I feel much more, I'll probably get to a point in not that long where I might want to redo it again. And that's fine. Like I'm not sort of trying to make it absolutely timelessly perfect to last for all time. It just needs to
Yeah.
be feel right for now and feel like it represents me and what I'm doing, and then I'll, shift it when it needs to be shifted.
Yeah. Because you're evolving as well as your business and you are your business. So
Mm.
you're gonna look back on something 3 months and go, I'm better than that now. I can actually do a better portfolio piece than that now. And you'll just constantly, as you get better, want to update it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been really nice seeing, I've learned so much in this period just from getting on with doing projects and often doing projects that are kind of like better than I was at the time and having to sort of, learn on the job essentially. And yeah, I've got so many more skills from doing that. And looking back now at projects, thinking, oh my God, I would do that completely differently now. Sort of the ones
Mm,
that were sort of pre-officially launching. So that's really satisfying as well.
yeah. You're just gonna keep growing and growing.
Yes, absolutely. Onwards and upwards.
Thank you so much for your time, Beth. I think that is actually perfect. I don't think we need any more than that. That was just ideal. It just really helps people understand that they don't have to always feel 100% ready for it to work incredibly well. I think, like I
Mm.
said, we're all waiting for perfection and timing is also a big thing. So just
Yes.
knowing that sometimes we don't feel ready, but we dive in and get these incredible results is really powerful for people to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I recommend anyone that I've spoken to, I have recommended it wholeheartedly.
Well, have a really nice time and I'll chat with you when you get back. Take
Perfect.
care of
Okay.
yourself. Thank
Thanks
you so
so
much,
much.
Beth.
Take care.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.